Gentlemen, Jonah, we're talking about it. I think looking at this year's rugby champ, if we had a different performance second half at Ellis Park, I think we'd be talking a totally different chat now. If we just calm things down that second half.
Yeah, I think we were all talking about where you want to take the game.
Yeah.
And we want to bring in new things. We want to be more expansive. We want to use our backline players. And we've got the players to do that. We definitely do have the players. And then in the second half, we just overplayed our hand a little bit. Just needed a little bit of game management and then we would have won that game. And I think that would have given us momentum. Then we lost that game and then you could see the next two games, we went completely back. How do we know to win? Let's go back to just playing that way. And then this last game, it was just open up again. Okay. We've got this. We've dominated, yeah, but we need to play as well. So it's all about that balance.
Yeah.
I still think we've got the pack. Look, our pack is mean, and Visa at 8 makes a big difference. I mean, he gives us that toughness. He gives us the go forward. And from there, we've got 9s and 10s that can play the game. We've got 3 fantastic 10s. Doesn't matter who you pick. And everyone is a little bit different. I've been talking a lot to some of the New Zealand commentators, and for them,
listen,
they don't have
talking
it.
about that, you represent us well there. Listen, you give stick when you have to. It's a pleasure. I'm also like, yeah, go, have another go, Vic, shot.
But, I mean, they only have Bowden Barrett. They don't have anyone else. We can go, listen, it's a wet day, it's really wet. Let's go with Andre. It's a certain way we want to play. Sasha. Listen, Marnie, you're fantastic opening up the game. So we've got all this option. And you mentioned it, 50 guys. We used 50 guys. But it was just, after that loss, I think all our planning just went, whoa. Now we're under pressure. We just need to get through this. But I think after this game in Wellington, we'll feel, okay, we took that step back. The players as well, they understand now. Once it's really going well, you don't have to keep going. You can manage the game a little bit more. So I think good lessons learned, but I think hopefully that momentum is back now and hopefully we can just keep building.
Yeah, and I think for me, just taking away from that first one that we lost is, I think even for the management, there was a massive learning for them as well.
Yeah.
Because, if you look at the team that is elected at Ellis Park, almost about 6 guys that hasn't played at altitude for a long while. Now, I don't care whether you train in Joburg at altitude for a while, you must stay and play in the Highveld to understand that altitude. And I think we got it wrong. I think with our team selection, we totally got it wrong. And they would admit that. Because, for the way, their big focus was, ball in play time and speeding up the game. All of a sudden, Marnie stick to what's happening. Back to he didn't manage the game. And all our forwards started, really having to dig deep. We couldn't carry anymore. We couldn't score. We could again, this first 20 minutes that we created, so much pressure we couldn't capitalize. So those are all moments that I think the management probably went back and said, okay, cool. For us to play a certain way, we need to have a certain player profile on the field to ensure whether it's in wet weather, whether it's dry, wherever we are, we need to ensure that it's the right players to execute the plan that we come up with.
Guys, there's something else that we need to talk about and actually celebrate as South Africans. Sometimes when it comes to rugby, we don't get a result. We always think our cup is half full. The second test in Wellington, I think Rassie made 5 changes in the back line, playing the best team in the world away from home. There's no nation in the top 10 in any sport that can do that.
France, maybe.
The best of the best and make those... No, not France being France.
Yeah.
No, because France being France will make 15 changes because they can and they're upset.
I think France can.
Think so?
They've got enough players to make those changes.
9, 10.
They will do it sometimes.
Proper spine.
Yeah.
Maybe the Irish.
Go.
No way.
Irish don't have
No way.
No, Irish just have 20 players, no one else.
No way.
They're gone.
No way.
Irish got 20 players, they don't have reserves. But France and South Africa. But for me, and that's somehow Rassie gets that right. Firstly, he's got a squad of 30. John, you're a coach. How do you manage a squad? Dropping your 4 most experienced guys in a big week before the All Blacks. Things will start going in the rooms. And this is the way he managed that. And Eben even came to the photo session on the Friday making jokes. Yeah. Rassie gets it right that everyone buys in. Whoever plays on the Saturday, that's the team. But all 30 is part of it. It's not just the guys on the field. And, he gives the guys confidence. Doesn't matter if they're 19, 20, 24, whenever they play, they've got the confidence to go out there and to express themselves. Yes, sometimes we do make mistakes with game management, but Rassie will look past that. That's something you learn from, and the next time you need to be better. For him, it's about intensity, believing in yourself, and expressing yourself when you're on the field.
I also think, those 4 players that was dropped, the seniors, they'll man up. They'll say, listen, we weren't good in that test. Let's take it on the chin. And give the youngsters opportunity. Because the youngsters that was given opportunity in the Wellington test, they didn't back down. They performed. And that even now puts more indirectly pressure on Rassie, as it would for any coach. Because when you go into team selection, you must think, should I give these boys an opportunity? Is this guy the next opportunity, the next driver or the next starter in my starting? Am I done with my senior players? Should I give him another shot? Those are all thoughts that goes to the head. Irrespective of whether you plan 4 or 5 years in advance, you must start thinking, maybe this is the time. But one thing I do know is that those seniors in the group, they'll take it on the chin. So listen, we weren't good. Give these boys an opportunity.
And the one thing Rassie do, he will give them an opportunity again. He won't just throw them away. He'll come back to them and say, listen, these guys have performed now. We're a squad. If you want to stay in the squad, you need to go out and show me what you can do.
And gents, I mean, you both have been in leadership in the rugby team. And it's a natural thing whereby you get youngsters coming in, to learn from the seniors. And now it's almost like, Rassie, what do? Is the core your younger players, seniors come in, plug in for the experience, which is something you would require in a Rugby World Cup. Guys have played too. Or do you carry on with the senior players and saying plugging the youngsters? I think that cycle's kind of over now, whereby the younger guys are comfortable, they've learned enough from the senior guys, and now maybe you need an experienced bench who says, okay, boys, we're 20 up, this is how you manage and win a Rugby World Cup final.
But the nice thing is, we say youngsters. I mean, Damian Willems has won 2 World Cups at 12. He's not that, he's experienced. Kainan Moody has played close to 20 test matches. So, yes, it's younger. The other guys was just there. They 90 test matches experience. They're close to 100. But these other guys are experienced. For the clubs or for the unions, Western Province, Bulls, they're the senior players there. So it's not like they 19 young They experienced guys, and Rassie has built them up. So now they get the opportunity. They're experienced enough to make good decisions. So they're ready to go.
Okay, ready to go.